Hey, what's up, people? Back at you again this morning with another Moralities Moment. Putting this video out there before I go to church this morning. This is going to be the first vid in this new series entitled Avoid Adopting Other People's Negative Views. This morning's note is, other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Keep your mind and heart clear and refrain from unconsciously adopting the negative, unproductive attitudes of others. I saw somebody post something on Facebook, it was either yesterday or the day before, where they said that spirits are transferable. Well, I would go along to say that negative thoughts, negative energy is transferable, but we have to understand, in order to deal with negative thoughts, negative attitudes, we have to understand, the culprit of these negative thoughts, these negative attitudes. And as I thought about this vid series, I came to some realizations about some things that could possibly be causes of our negative thoughts, negative attitudes. The first thing that came to mind was polarized thinking. That's if you're not perfect, you're a failure. People are either wonderful or awful. A lot of times our negative thoughts come from the notion that, we think we're perfect. If you're not perfect, then you're awful. But we have to understand that you're human. You have issues, you have flaws, so you're not going to be perfect. So don't allow polarized thinking to cause you to have a negative demeanor, a negative attitude, a negative thoughts, because we can all get down on ourselves, but instead of getting down on yourself, look at those areas in which you need improvement and make those improvements to be a better person, understanding that you're striving to be a better person. Not saying that you'll ever be, I'm going to say you're never going to be perfect, because you're going to make mistakes, you're going to have issues, but strive to be a better person than you were yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Strive to be a better person than you were today. Another thing I come to realize about negative thoughts, negative attitudes that plays a major part into that is personalizations. Everything that happens is about you. Your best friend started playing tennis because he knows you don't like the game, or whatever. Your best friend started doing this, or somebody started doing that. We want to personalize everything, make everything about us. They don't like me because of this. Everything. Basically wake up and realize it ain't about you. Again, in previous videos, I said people are who they are because they have their own character. So stop personalizing everything and making everything about you. Somebody don't like you because of this, or somebody don't like you because of that. That starts sowing seeds of negativity because we personalize everything. We want to make everything about us when in reality it could be just about something somebody else is doing, or they made a decision to do something different. But the last thing, which is most important, and I think it goes along the lines with believers, and people in general, that heaven's reward fallacy. And let me be clear, when I say that heaven rewards fallacy, we get this notion that if you work hard and sacrifice, you will always be rewarded. If that reward doesn't come when you want it, you become angry and bitter. One thing about the Word of God, I've searched the Word of God from cover to cover, and nowhere in there have I saw where the Word of God guarantees us sunshine and blue skies every day. Nowhere in the Word of God does it tell us that for everything that you do, you're going to be rewarded a good reward, or whatever. It doesn't say that, and that's one of those things where, I think it's an issue with some of the teaching that is taught in some of the churches. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, or I'm not saying it's a sin or whatever, but I'm one that says, if it lines up with the Word of God, then okay, it's okay. If it doesn't, then you have to rethink it. Be like the Bereans, like Paul said. The Bereans, not only did they listen to what Paul was saying, But at the same time, they took what he said and they went back and they compared it to what the scrolls said. And in this instance, we could take it and go back to the Word of God and see if what some of the stuff we're hearing is lining up with the Word of God. Nowhere in the Word of God says that you're going to be rewarded a good reward for everything that you do. You know, the Bible does tell us that do not get weary in your well doing. You know, it does tells us that this race, life is not a race. You know, it's not a sprint to the finish line, but it's for those that who will endure, you know, and ultimately in the end, you will get your just reward based on your deeds and your actions from God. You know, our problem is we're looking for our rewards for men. And generally, you know, that rewards for men, it comes based on how the individual feels about you. If they like you, then they'll reward you. If they don't like you, then they going to have some bad to say or whatever. So that heaven's fallacy about you, if you work hard and you sacrifice, you'll always be rewarded. No, that's not always the case. You know, it's not always the case. Sometimes some stuff that you do is going to be overlooked. You're not going to be recognized of it. But remember, you know, the Word of God tells us do everything as you do it unto the Lord. You know, so stop doing stuff to get the recognition of men, because when you don't get that recognition of men, you don't get that pat on the back from another person. Now you get mad, you have this negative attitude, this negative energy, and then that negative attitude, that negative energy start affecting the people around you, start affecting other areas of your life. You know, so be mindful, you know, and to wrap it up, it says avoid adopting other people's negative views. You know, God gave you your own mind. You know, he gave you your own brain for you to be able to rationalize, you know, process information and make it applicable to your own life. You know, don't be so quick to jump on the bandwagon with everybody's viewpoints, you know, because again, I say it often, everything you hear ain't the word of God, and two, every word that comes out of people's mouths, it can't be trusted. You know, again, deliberate, process the information that you're receiving, you know, and chew the meat and spit out the bones. Find out what's applicable to your life and then keep it moving. And two, you know, just stay away from negativity anyway. You know, you want to live positive. You want to have positive energy so you can attract positive things in, positive things out, negative things in, negative things out. So it's your choice. You know, you have a choice to either continue to adopt other people's negative views and attitudes, or you could choose to be positive and receive positivity into your life. Remember, reciprocity is a law. What you put out is what you get back. You can't expect to get positive results if you keep dealing in negative attitudes and viewpoints. With that being said, hope you enjoyed this morning's morality moment. Peace, and I'm out.